There. That should be easy enough to sync up the sound.
Is this recording?
It's easy.
Yeah.
All right, welcome everybody. So we're doing our Game Scrum. It's been a couple of weeks. You guys have had some E3 discussions, which I've had a little hiatus, so welcome. Good to be back. We'll go ahead and kick it off now. So we have our first one is our 2-minute Technodrome, so everyone gets 30 seconds to talk about this question. So first question, Dr. Robotnik's army versus Bowser's army. And we're going to start with you, Rankin.
30 seconds, man.
All right.
Go.
I believe that Bowser's army could win, mostly because I don't actually remember Robotnik having an army. And if I do remember right, it was just a bunch of bunnies dressed up in like killer costumes, if anything.
They were just bunnies.
So I mean, you got Goombas and killer turtles who are obviously going to demolition the bunnies, given by the hair of the turtle race. So you know.
All right. My turn then?
Yep.
Dr. Robotnik's army, hands down. He's got mechanical crab people. He's got the gigantic mechanical Dr. Robotnik. He's got all the mechanical things. He does have the little bunnies, too, and they do kind of a Stalin numbers game. So they just kind of suffocate you. So he's got a kind of this huge mecha, lots of Stalin type of things, and awesome.
There's lots of words there.
Yeah. Buzzwords, go.
All right, I'm going to go. I'm going to say Robotnik's army as well. So Supersonic right there, or I'm sorry, Metal Sonic right there. That's a big one-up for him. All the, we talked about the crabs and all of that. What can beat metal crabs? So yeah, Robotnik's army.
Oh, Bowser. I gotta pick Bowser. Robotnik or Eggman or whatever you want to call him. He's a poor man's Dr. Wily. He's a really hack mad scientist. He basically just makes the same thing every single time. Whereas Bowser, you've got all the guys you guys just mentioned, but you got his family too. You got the Koopa kids. Can't forget about them. So Bowser, hands down.
I'm going to go with Dr. Robotnik, mostly because of the makeup of his army. Dr. Robotnik pretty much captures all the animals in the forest and puts them into machines to run them. Bowser's army is made up of what? Turtles? Mushrooms? Fire-breathing turtles? I mean, the fire-breathing's bad, but I'm going to go with the things that eat the mushrooms and step on the turtles. I'm going to go with Robotnik.
I can't believe Bowser lost that.
Turtles with hammers, flying fire-breathing turtles.
Is there metal
Clouds.
Bowsers?
Yeah,
Clouds.
Bowser's much more menacing than Dr.
I didn't say which one was scarier. Or Brett didn't.
Just the full army.
Oh, the army? I thought it was... Oh, well, I don't change.
Yeah, whatever your interpretation is, that's fine. We're not going to be too specific.
You're wrong, but it's okay.
All right, now we'll get into the game scrum of it. So what are you guys currently playing? What are your roadblocks? And what do you plan to start playing? Bryce, you can kick us off here.
I still am playing Destiny. I'm trying to get these guys to play with me. I've got a 32 and a 33. My roadblock is I need raid gear to get to 34. Trying to get the banner. They announced a new banner. If you unlock like 10 different things before the Taken King launches, you get it. So I need to beat the raids, and I need to find the golden chests.
Is the Taken King still going to be like $70 or whatever they were talking about?
It's a $40 expansion, and the last $40 expansion I paid for was Reaper of Souls for Diablo 3, and that was totally worth it. So
$40 plus $20 to get the extra content.
The extra content is 3 shaders, an emote, and like some dance move. And
that doesn't seem
it's I don't think
really
the extra 20 is worth it. And this is a guy that bought the Ghost Edition, so probably not worth it. And then I started playing Terraria on my phone because I was bored, and that's a really fun game.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Did not know that was from mobile.
It was on Windows Phone.
That's even more shocking.
Yes!
We should have had Bryce with us so many other times when we talked about Destiny, because I think Destiny came up at least in 3 out of our first...
I'm pretty sure almost every Game Scrum ever.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm bringing it back.
We were playing a lot.
This is the first time it's been mentioned in a positive note.
Oh, yeah. It has its pros and cons.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm playing. Mostly just Destiny and started up Terraria.
All right, B. Moss.
Okay, I've been playing Arkham Knight on Xbox One, and I'll say right now it's going to be my Q2 pick because I think it's phenomenal. Haven't really been able to stop playing. It's everything I was hoping it would be, going from Arkham City to this one. I skipped Arkham Origins. A lot of people are griping about the Batmobile controls too. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but once you get used to it, understand there's sensitive controls. It's really not bad. Overall, game is just, I can't say any good things about it.
How far into it are you?
I'm about halfway through the campaign, I think.
What are you playing it on?
Xbox One,
Not the PC?
not the PC. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. No issues really. No glitches. I did have a glitch on Arkham City. Luckily, nothing like that's been happening, at least in my experience. So, yeah, dig it. Highly recommend it. Q2 pick.
So roadblocks or future games?
Oh, no roadblocks. Future games though. Assassin. That's getting into my next thing that we're going to discuss. But Assassin's Creed 4 is lined up right after that. So.
That's a great game.
Isn't that one of the
It is a
free
great
ones
game.
this month?
For Xbox One, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up
I
next.
envy Xbox. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Need to get on and download that.
All right. So I just beat, well, not just beat, but you guys haven't been on a Game Scrum since, but I beat Last of Us probably a couple weeks ago. It's about a month ago.
That's a good game.
It is a good game.
Yeah,
Rankin, there was some unnecessary hate in the field. It wasn't even my type of game, but I still got sucked into the story and just wanted to keep playing to just see what goes on. It was good.
How'd you feel about the giraffe scene?
The what?
Giraffe scene, how'd you feel about that?
I like the drafts.
Yeah, that was good.
Drafts are nice. Yeah, it was a good calm moment in the chaotic gameplay. Yeah, it was good. So now I'm just starting Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Started it yesterday, thanks to Rankin for letting me borrow that. So, just started it, so no roadblocks yet. Just time, I guess, is my roadblock. And that's it.
Alright, so I'm playing, what's it called? Wolf Among Us. Completely surprised by that game.
I've been wanting to play that.
Yeah, it has mature content to the point it has boobs and everything and murder. The whole point of the game is... Hey, Felix.
And there's gotta show up once. Alright, get down.
Yes,
Make sure you get the backside. Yeah, that's your good side.
Yeah, so Wolf Among Us is about fables, and they live in Fabletown now, and it's like mature.
You can get him down.
Yeah.
Just push him.
Yeah, so it's mature content like prostitution and all that type of stuff, and you're the big bad wolf trying to keep order within Fabletown.
Is that a free game? PS Plus?
No, I got it for like $3 during one of the PSN flash sales a couple months ago. But yeah, I played Walking Dead, and then I played this, and Walking Dead is not nearly as good as Wolf Among Us. I love the IP and the lore of it. I'm also kind of playing Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts game. Amazing. I just need to try to beat all the reports with Terra and Ventus, and then I platinum that game.
I think it's fair to say you kicked our butts in the race
Yeah.
that we were having.
Yeah,
I only beat through it once. Did you beat it? Yeah.
You guys are having a race?
Well, we started at the same time, and it was kind of a
the
race.
first Game Scrum, we announced we were going to do a race to see who can beat Kingdom Hearts first. Rankin never finished. Brett beat it with one character, and I've beaten it with all 3 characters, and I have all the trophies except for the reports, which is just like playing every mini game, defeating every boss.
I should play those games.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep was
Birth by
really
Sleep was
amazing.
I want to play it again.
My goal is to actually finish that by the time 3 comes out.
Yeah, that would be good, because it's a really good story, too, and it has the best characters in the Kingdom Hearts series with Aqua and Terra. I really like those characters. They're not like the kitty Sora and Ventus and not Vanitas, what am I thinking of? Roxas. All those 3. So, roadblocks, I have to get 3 platinums this month, so Wolf Among Us... I have to get through that by the end of the weekend with a platinum, and then I got to get Lollipop Chainsaw from Brandon here before he sells it, so that's going to be the platinum after that. And then I have one more week to platinum a game, something of like Ico or Ratchet and Clank or something like that.
Are you behind schedule?
In the grand scheme of things, yes. I'm on pace to get to 36 platinums by the end of the year, but I still need to make up for 4. I'm hoping Kingdom Hearts I can make up one of those 4 I'm missing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to lending you Lollipop Chainsaw. So underrated. I think IGN gave it a 2.5 or a 2.7, and oh god, it's at least I would give it a 7.
A 2.7 is like QWOP.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny to watch. And it's fun to watch other people play, but it's not really a game you.
I love QWOP.
I don't know. I've
like quads?
spent too much time with it. When you get the guy that's just like, don't, no. Then you fall for it.
Yeah. So anyway, so those are my roadblocks and future games. I guess I can say it all in one. So ranking.
So since our last Scrum, I've gone through about 8% of The Witcher. I'm leaving that 2% just for the sake of it. So I still need to finish that technically. It's just my attention span is kind of the roadblock there. After that, I started Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Word expansion. I had to play through the original content that I didn't play before, because apparently you have to beat the original content before you can actually play the expansion content. So I got through that. I'm in the expansion right now, and that's just kind of currently right now what I'm doing.
With your white mage?
Yes.
Do you have other... are you an alt-holic, or do you just tend to focus on one when you play MMOs?
I have a secondary, Thaumaturge. It's basically a black mage.
Cool. All right. We'll move on to our next segment here. So we've got the game deals. PS Plus for July was pretty good this month.
Yeah.
We had Drive Club, which was kind of unexpected. At least I was unexpected to see that.
I
got
was
the Duke
really-
Nukem Forever treatment.
Really hoping that would have been Duke Nukem Forever.
I did not.
I
think
still
was
don't believe
coming
that
out.
game is out.
Yeah.
Have you guys played Drive Club?
Not yet.
I downloaded it, but every time I see it, Destiny's sitting right there, I go, oh, hey, that looks fun.
I just started it. It looks fun. I haven't really given it a whole lot of time yet.
I just can't take the trophy completion percentage hit right now.
Can't commit to that game until
No, I can't.
Next year will be so great when you
One
don't
day
worry
you're
about
just
that.
getting ahead of yourself. Just
Okay.
hold on. So the next game we have is Rocket League, which I don't know if you guys played the beta, but that is really fun. It's just like soccer with micro machine cars.
Yeah, it had Sweet Tooth in it, right?
Yeah, that was one of the skins. Yeah, it's just like it's 3-on-3, or you can do I think 2-on-2 or 4-on-4. The main one's 3-on-3, and it's just like soccer, and you just ramp your cars and boost around. And it's such a simple idea, but it's so fun. So I'm excited to actually have that out of beta. I'm gonna be playing a lot of that. Sticks, which I don't really know anything about. Have you guys heard anything?
Nope.
No.
Okay,
STYX, like the
Yes.
band.
well, just like it's
Or the
And the
river
river.
that the band is named after.
I've read about it, but that's about it.
And then Mousecraft, which I haven't really heard much about either.
It looks cool though.
Yeah, what does it look like? I haven't
It's
even
like
seen-
you build blocks and you gotta get the mouse to the end of the maze,
It's
basically.
like Mouse
Those are
Trap.
puzzle games.
So it's like Lemmings.
Wait, it's kind of like those games where you got to guide the little. I think it's like the NPCs that basically are moving. You have to build.
Yeah, it's
side-
like Lemmings.
Lemmings.
I don't know what Lemmings is.
You don't
It's
know
that.
what is?
Okay,
It's that.
it's Lemmings.
Isn't that made by the people who made Grand Theft Auto?
Lemon?
Rockstar.
Rocksteady?
Rockstar?
What is... Oh.
Bebop.
Rocksteady did... sorry. Arkham.
I don't know why. I might have just been reading on Wikipedia one
Need to fact
night.
check that.
Yeah, I don't think it's accurate, but I was shocked when I
It'll
read
be in the
that.
banner when we're done.
And the last one is Entwined, which I saw the video. It looked interesting, but I haven't really heard anything about it.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's the one where they showed it at E3 in 2014. It's the one where each joystick is a different
Is that the one that
character on the screen.
launched at E3 2014?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Sony owns that studio who developed it.
That's the
Oh,
one.
so it's two. I saw there's two. I thought it was co-op. So you control.
No, it's
No, you
each,
control
each
both.
joystick is
That's
a
cool.
different character
I'll
swimming.
play
And your
that.
goal is to get them together by the end of the thing.
There was an Xbox game that did that too, where...
Brothers.
No, well,
No,
yes,
that's on both,
yes,
though.
Brothers, but there was
That's
one
on both.
before that where,
Yeah.
like, it was kind of like a Pac-Man thing, but you controlled two guys. It's weird. It's interesting though. I don't remember much of it.
Huge game sale too on Xbox as well. Which
Any
including
notable?
what Rich was just talking about,
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, there's a Telltale sale. It's like 50% off all their games right now on Xbox.
I think
So
there's a
pick that up.
superhero sale on Sony as well.
Yep. Yep. I
Does
had
that
like half the
include
games.
Poker Night 2? Because that game is really fun.
Oh yeah.
It's poker, but with GLaDOS and Brock Sampson.
And
And
Claptrap.
Claptrap. And and Ashley Williams from
Mass Effect.
Evil Dead.
Oh.
No,
Not that.
Ash
Nice,
Williams
yeah.
from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Mass Effect
I
myself.
thought.
That'd be nice, but no. It's funny when
What's her name? Ashley something.
It is actually
It's
Williams,
actually
Oh,
Williams.
Alright, I'm not that far.
but not that Ash. The other one.
Any other game deals? I just know from the PS side.
That's all good.
Maybe
All
Nintendo. Maybe.
Oh, my Wii U keeps popping up with crap all the time. I don't
Same
pay
way.
attention to it.
I know Amazon.
I'm a bad
has some
Wii U
sales,
owner.
but nothing notable.
So Smash Brothers DLC. Is that?
Oh, I did get that.
Is Lucas out yet?
Lucas, yeah, I got Lucas,
Oh, I
Ryu.
got Right, so
Ken.
Ryu is out.
Or no,
It's
Yeah.
Ryu, Lucas, and there's one other one.
Roy.
Oh yeah, Roy came back.
Yeah.
I gotta grab those.
I forgot to mention there actually is
Mewtwo.
going to be an Amazon Prime sale on July 15th.
My
I think.
birthday.
Yeah, well, there you go, name drop, birthday drop. But yeah, it's supposed to be like Black Friday, where it's like every 15 minutes or hour. I forget the interval. They're going to
So
have
no
new
work's
sales.
going to be done that day.
Yeah, it starts at midnight too, so no sleep is going to get done either. So there's probably going to be a bunch of games on there like there are
every
Black
10
Friday.
minutes. I heard.
Yeah.
It's 10 minutes
Yeah.
every 10 minutes. So there's
Yeah.
there's bound to be some video game sales in there. Check it out.
It's gonna be insane.
I get paid that day too.
Yeah.
It's not good for us.
No.
Not a good combination.
Sally Mae will have to wait with their loan payments.
All right, we'll go ahead and transition here. We'll get some news, and Felix will eat his dinner. So first thing off the news, I'll go ahead and get it started. Talking about No Man's Sky. So IGN has been doing like IGN First. I think it's for the whole month.
They do. They pick a game for the month, and they just have new stuff like every other day or so.
Yeah, and it's been pretty good. I've seen 2 of the last videos, and they just had the first one was just 18 minutes of gameplay, and that game I'm getting pretty hyped about. It looks pretty awesome, just like the complete open world exploration. Do whatever you want. And then the second video was over kind of like the economics of it, so you can go down to worlds that you find, mine resources, and then sell them, or you can just be like a space trader and just fly around to different space stations, buying high or buying low, and going to other ones and selling high.
Yeah, buying high, selling low is a bad.
Yeah, you can do that if you wanted to.
So, are there
You can do that.
objectives to this? Have they revealed that yet?
I mean, they said that like you can kind of beat the game by going to the center of the
The
universe.
goal is to
Right,
get to the
but-
center.
but-
I mean, is there,
There's not really a
as far as like
objective.
Minecraft, is there like a building
it's
aspect
like
to it?
Minecraft. Well, no,
What
there's
do I
no
use,
building aspect.
What do I use materials for? Why do I buy?
I mean, there's like RPG elements where you can upgrade your suit, you can upgrade your guns, you
Can
can
we
upgrade
build
your ship.
structures?
I don't think so.
Because I'm
at
thinking
least
if we
initially.
do, we should make a Game Scrum planet and build a giant
You can name
fortress
your
on
planets.
it.
Yeah, there we go.
So the planets
But
that
if
you
we
first
leave, we'll
discover,
never find
you
it
can name
again.
them. I think
you can map
warp.
out.
You can warp back to
Can you?
planets
Okay.
that you
We need to make a
Yeah.
Game Scrum planet, put a fortress on it, and challenge the rest of you to come take us out. If that's in the game,
It'd be pretty sweet.
it would be sweet.
Fortress building.
If not, we'll just find a planet, and if you completely destroy it, that's basically our fortress.
Yeah.
How destructible does it get? Can you destroy a whole planet?
It looked from
That's
the
no
demo. It was just
moon.
like there were just like relics on the land that you could blow up. So you couldn't just like
Yeah.
blow holes in the surface,
Oh,
which
that's
that
a
would be
shame.
awesome.
Although I've heard there's like somewhat unrelated, like cave systems that are just
Yeah.
super vast. So
Oh, I wish it was like Red Faction level destruction where you could just go through the entire planet.
The
That would be
E3
amazing.
video looked like it. Like
Well,
you just
if you
shot the
think of
mountain
this-
and it blew up.
if you think about it, though, like it has to regenerate because there's no way everyone's games are going to sync up cooperatively over that many planets. There's,
But it might.
I mean,
boggles-
theoretically,
it
if
boggles
you've
the
got some
mind.
giant server farm somewhere that keeps track of all that,
like
it's
Google-
one
like
giant,
Google
massive
did.
shared world. But
Like
It's
Google
going to be
take care of
interesting
it.
to see how they implement all this. I'm excited for it.
it's hard to wrap my head around that game.
Yeah. When they're zooming out and you see like every little star is a solar system, and there's just like thousands and
One
thousands
or
and
more
thousands.
planets around them.
It's just like ridiculous. So that's what I got. What do you got, Rich?
I think I have the Metal Gear Solid new gameplay footage. So at E3 they showed the Afghanistan level doing a secret mission, or not a secret mission, but doing some mission where all you have to do is you go to this post, and the post has a bunch of guys around it, and you're supposed to assassinate one particular guy who's like the sergeant or something over there. So at E3 they showed you the buddy system and the types of things you can do. So they showed D-Dog, who's a little husky that you can bring on with you in Afghanistan, and then he can like run around, scope out the enemies, and they pop up on your map. They kind of like are marked.
Does he pee on them to mark them?
I didn't see that because he just ran off on his own, so he might, but I doubt it. And then there's also it's called D-Walker, So it's basically a mini Metal Gear wheelchair. So he could just like get in it and it would drive or like ride, and then he could use it as a shield basically. So basically in that gameplay video at E3, they just showed him kind of stealthing through it, using D-Dog to mark everyone, and kind of blowing everything up with, or doing a huge firefight with the D-Walker. But they basically, what they did last week, or this week, is they did that same mission, but in 5 different ways, or 4 different ways. With new buddies, no buddies, all that type of stuff. And the things they showed off were Quiet, who's a buddy who doesn't talk, and is scantily dressed for whatever reason. I'm assuming it's because it's Afghanistan.
It's hot.
You can tell her
In more ways than one.
Yeah.
Hi-yo.
So you can equip her equipment as well as your equipment. So in the video, they gave her sleeping darts, basically, or trank darts. So you can tell her where to go on the map and set up posts, and she can just snipe things for you. You can be like, "Hey, Quiet, hit that guy over there," and it'll shoot off his helmet, and you can shoot him. So you can work together like that. Do you have a question, Bryce?
If you can share equipment, can you have Big Boss run around in the hero outfit? Because that would be awesome.
No, in Kojima, you might.
Yeah.
So, because you might.
What are you doing? I'm fighting a T-Rex in my underwear with a bandolier?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it makes me move faster.
Yeah. He did say there's going to be some taboo topics, so maybe that's one of them. Next would be, there was just a huge firefight air raid with the minigun. So he came in the helicopter, had the minigun, and just annihilated everything in the base, ran in, killed the guy hiding inside, and then took the helicopter out. Next, he did some kind of tactical distraction where he was a box in the street. People came to check it out, so he shot out of the box into the grass, waited for them to investigate, ran up to the guy in the car, attached some C4 to him, watched him drive into the base. Hey, Felix. I know, you want to be important. And then he just exploded the C4 when he wanted to, when he was next to that sergeant guy. And then the last one, sorry, Felix, is D-Horse and Stealth Assassination. So you can get a horse. Basically, just use a sniper rifle and show that you can use the horse to run around. He also demoed the bionic arm. So if you don't know, Big Boss only has one arm in this game. He uses the bionic one. It has some moves, like the Sonic Punch move, that he punches the ground, and then it shows you guys around. It's kind of like echolocation, like bats do.
But with punches.
Seismic location?
Seismic, whatever.
Like Toph from Avatar.
And then that was the last one he did. Oh, yeah. You can shoot the arm, and it goes into like a third-person view, kind of like Nikito rockets and Metal Gear... all the Metal Gears, really. And you can just kind of home in wherever you want, tell it how to fly, and then he just ended up killing the guy inside the building with his bionic arm. So it just showed you the diversity of the gameplay and everything you can do, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, September's going to be brutal.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one.
Was that September 1st?
Yes.
So yeah, the month starts with that.
Yeah.
Everything else I want.
Just not fair.
Not fair at all.
It's not fair. So, is it Rank's turn?
Sure. Good news, everybody.
Good news, everyone!
Futurama just said they are releasing a mobile game. A website just went up recently, possibly today, called playfuturama.com.
It's going to be like Untapped for Simpsons.
Really no one knows anything. Right now it just says...
You just called it, I bet.
I bet it is.
Yeah,
some
it's
microtransactions.
Right now it just says mobile game coming soon. People
We'll see how
are
that
hypothesizing that it's going to be like Tapped Out. But really,
Tapped Out.
yeah, people are thinking that there's going to be news released at Comic-Con, so, just... New Futurama, I'm hoping it's not Tapped Out, but...
Hope it comes to Windows Phone.
I wouldn't hold
That
your
and the
breath.
7 other apps it has.
I got Terrarium, man. That's all I need. That's
Yeah.
a Mechanarium.
It's got some quotes on the website that I can't quite repeat on this broadcast, but...
Why not?
Family show.
What? Wait, what? Since when?
I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, Felix, my glasses.
Anyway, that's mine.
Alright. Bryce, what do you got?
PlayStation, a couple things about them. I think they're coming up on their 20-year anniversary or something.
Oh.
So they're launching several themed consoles. One of them is for Destiny. One of them is bundled in with The Last of Us, which I think they already have. But there's several different new consoles and looks and stuff for the PS4, which is nice. Another news story I found very interesting. Someone found a Nintendo PlayStation.
I hadn't heard about that.
They were thought to all have been destroyed, but someone apparently knew a guy high up in Sony back when they were working together. So for those that don't know, Nintendo was playing around with the idea of making disc-based games back for the Super Nintendo, back in the Super NES and 64 days. So they contracted several people to work to make the system, one of them being Sony, the other one being Philips. So they decided, Nintendo in their infinite wisdom decided to go with Philips, which went nowhere, created Philips CDI, which is best known for
Fantastic
3 Zelda games we don't talk about and don't actually exist, because they're not real. They never existed.
That's right.
Sony got a little jaded because they sunk all this money into it, and Nintendo decided not to go with them, so they published the console anyway, known as the PlayStation, and that's it. So someone found a working Super NES with the PlayStation moniker all over it that runs disc-based games. So that was pretty cool.
Are they going to sell on eBay?
I think the intention is to sell it as it's the dude's dad, and I think he's got some financial issues, and he could probably sell that for tens, if not hundreds of thousands.
I mean, it's basically history. If there was a video game museum, which there might be,
there are.
know about.
There was.
That would be a great buy for that. I want one, but you can't play games on it. It's just a really cool nostalgic piece.
Yeah.
Before I get my news, we're a family show.
Not really, but
young children are viewing.
There were kids watching this.
So let me tell you about the mature-rated games I've been playing with the boobs of Wolf Among Us.
Anyway.
That's just Rankin's filter right there.
Okay.
Not our whole filter.
Let's see. It's lot's happened since our last Scrum. I know there's something I wanted to talk about for a while. I've been really excited about, and that's Koji Igarashi's, which I brought him up before because he's mastermind behind Castlevania Symphony of the Night. One of my favorite games of all time. He launched a Kickstarter for a game called Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is to be the spiritual successor of Symphony of the Night, and which I back, by the way, of course. It smashed Kickstarter video game records and finished up at $5.5 million, reached all of its stretch goals. I think 1 million was its goal.
That's pretty lofty.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And even jeez.
Yeah,
that's good.
It kind of enveloped ukulele, I think, because everyone got really excited when ukulele was, out, which rightfully so. But it took all the attention away by the time Bloodstained was mentioned, and it just blew up.
Shenmue as well.
Exactly, and I think I'm curious to see. I think that's got about a week left. I'd like to see how.
It's 8 days right now.
Wait,
I was checking this morning.
What's it sitting at?
4.6 million.
4.6. So
4.6.
yeah, well, it'll be pretty interesting to see how
I need
they
to get that.
they wind up. Yeah, I'd probably back that too. Really excited for Bloodstained though, because he's got all the major players from the Symphony of the Night crew. Like I think art direction, music direction, along with a lot of the same voice actors. You got Alucard's voice actors going to be involved. David Hayter, which we all know is Solid Snake. So it's it may not be an official Konami game, but it might as well be. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Since Konami can't get their shit together,
Yeah.
someone else has to.
Exactly.
There, see, we cursed. It's not a panel show anymore.
All right. 2017 is probably the tentative release date, but it'll be worth it.
That's the big problem with Kickstarters. You get so excited for the game, and then it's like, oh wait, I still have a year before I
Right.
can play this.
Yeah, but when it comes out, it's going to be like free game.
It is nice. I
Every game
was
that you
very
pay
happy
for.
when Broken Age. I was like, oh yeah, I backed this.
And Mighty Number 9. I remember when Mighty Number 9 was announced. I
See,
thought,
now you
man,
get
I
it
gotta
for free.
Is that out?
Is that out yet?
September.
Oh.
Right after Metal Gear.
I also
same day
backed
as-
Mighty Number 9.
Is it? I think it might even be the same day.
It's got to be a
Same-
horrible
same
day
month.
for you,
Same,
man.
okay.
It's not
No,
the
it's
first.
brutal. I think it's either the same day or 2 weeks later.
Mad
It's
Max
still-
is the same day for you.
Mad Max, yeah, another game I'm excited about.
That's just gonna tide me over for Fallout if I get it.
Yeah,
It's just a prequel of Fallout.
yeah. If Fallout was September, I'd probably just have to quit gaming.
It's too much. I give up.
Anger.
Well, I'm done.
I gave it my best.
Yeah, they killed me. Done.
All right. we'll go ahead and transition here. So one topic I wanted to talk about, just kind of have an open discussion about. So just talking about game news and distribution, how it's changed over the past. So I remember back in the day, I had my monthly EGM magazines that would come, and I'd read through all those and get all my news. I know people had Nintendo Power, like demo discs. I mean, that was the way that you'd always try out games before the internet was.
Did any of you ever get like the VHS
From Nintendo.
Nintendo would send out?
Yeah.
Oh, they were awesome. I still have some. Like for Donkey Kong Country.
Just like
Nintendo 64.
video demos.
I had one I think I had one for Jet Force Gemini as well. Oh, they just send like VHSs
Yeah,
out.
if you subscribe to Nintendo Power, I think you
Yeah.
got them for free or
Yeah,
something.
I was never Nintendo Power.
Oh, man.
They were like 15 minutes. I mean, it wasn't a lot. It was like 15
I
minutes.
always want to know what happened to
Sweet.
that dude who he was like the host of it or whatever. He'd go through Nintendo. He walked through Rare on the Donkey Kong Country one. I wonder whatever happened.
We'll have to
that
bust
dude.
that out and find it.
Yeah.
Do they have one of those for each magazine, or is it like a quarterly thing?
I think it was like a quarter, like a big game was coming
Yeah,
out.
every
They
once
wanted
in
to
a while,
promote it.
I never saw
God, yeah,
those.
It was sweet.
God, we should do a commentary on it or something.
I should go in my parents' basement and see if I still have those.
Yeah, we
Might be
should
worth
do
something.
that.
That VHS might be worth like 5 cents.
It's probably on YouTube. We should just
sure
watch
it
it on
is.
YouTube. And
Did you guys play a lot of demo discs back in the day?
I had Metroid, the second Metroid Prime demo disc.
Echoes?
Yeah, but that was it. That came in the mail, and I actually owned that. I really wanted to own the game, but I never owned the game.
Yeah, it was like half the games. I remember I'd get them through EGM. They would come with demo discs every once in a while, and I'd just play the demo of it like 20 times, and then I never actually played the game.
I was
I
never
never
a
buy
PC
it,
gamer, but the demo disc that
Yeah.
came with the magazine was
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used to do that all the time. I used to go get like tips and tricks and all these
Yeah.
other things to get my cheat codes, and then every once in a while you get a disc in there. And I think the last demo I played on a disc was the Pac-Man game for the PS1. It's almost like a third. It was a third person, but it was
like
like
the 3D one.
it was like a 3D
Yeah.
platformer that was kind of goofy and kind of fun.
Hack Attack
talking
or something like
about.
that.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called, but it was kind of fun demo. But that's the last one. I mean, that was what 15, 16 years ago. It was a long
Monster
time
Hunter
ago.
has been setting out some. I've got a Monster Hunter Try demo disc for the Wii. But that I think is the last demo disc I had.
Yeah.
Got one for the Dreamcast. Oh man, we played the heck out of that demo disc because it had Tony Hawk.
Oh, yeah.
The warehouse one, first level. So it's just like, okay, why do I need anything else? I got the first level right here.
Yeah.
So
That's how it was. You just played the demo disc.
Yeah. But I do like now how I used to have to wait for my E3 news for like GamePro to show up, and I get really excited for that one issue every year. I'm like, oh, this is awesome! I flip through all the pages. I like now how it's more instantaneous. I just watch the whole thing live.
Yeah, that's kind of my next thing is like comparing the past where you have to wait for your magazines or wait for the news compared to now where everything is instantaneous. So what do you guys like that more?
I
You said you
still
do.
prefer to read my articles, and a lot of times I'll go to sites like GameSpot or IGN, and I'll be like, "Oh, this article looks interesting." Click video. Nope, I won't watch it.
Yeah, I'm the same way for that.
And I know it's
I
a
hate
lot
videos.
easier now for them to just, all right, sit down, record this. Hey, we're talking about Destiny today. We're talking about whatever. Let's talk. Blah 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 blah. If I'm in a video of just 3 guys talking about it, I'm like, I just want to read it. I don't want to listen to it. I say as I'm on a podcast talking.
I think print media is, for the most part, like on its dying legs, just because we can get everything through the internet now. But I think there was something special about when you got that magazine. When you got that magazine in the mail, GamePro being, I think, was probably one of my favorites, just because for one thing, I think they did reviews right. I don't know why they can't do that anymore. Everything seems to have like a single number for a score. Where I really liked how GamePro divvied up like the different attributes of the game and rated them accordingly. But I will say that now Europe has a couple of cool magazines that I really like, and I don't know if they come out monthly, but every so often, and I'll go to the bookstore and I can check it out. But Retro Gaming, I think that's what it's called, is a magazine from the UK. And it's really cool, and they get in really cool in-depth articles and just a really well done magazine. Although it's not gaming related, they also have a classic rock magazine, and that just absolutely rules. Like it's not just about classic rock; it's about like bands you probably should check out nowadays too, which I really appreciate. So yeah, print media pretty much dead, except few exceptions of retro gaming classic rock.
I echo the sentiments of when you get that magazine back in the day, once every month, and you just like we're so excited about it. Read through it cover to cover, and I kind of miss that. But at the same time, like when you're really excited about games, to be able to have up to the hour news about everything, that's pretty great too. And have videos and reviews about everything.
Yeah, I like watching E3 live too. I guess
Yeah.
it was nice. Before, but that's sweet.
Yeah, but that E3 issue every year, no matter if it was Game Informer or whatever, it was just the best
2 or 3 times
issue
thicker.
for
It's like
you.
Christmas. You
Yeah.
just,
It was.
It's like, oh gosh,
The
new Mortal
articles-
Kombat? Yeah.
Was that back when E3 existed, or was it the pre-E3?
No, I mean,
thing?
E3 is
It's during
almost
E3.
20 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been around a long
Started
they
time.
might have had a
95, I
different name.
think.
but
Yeah, so 20 years.
yeah.
My thing is the articles had a lot more meat and substance to them.
Oh, yeah.
Partially because, one, they needed the subscribership. And second, they had more time. It wasn't this race to be the first person to throw the
Right.
news up.
Yeah, now you always see like article to be continued. It's like
Blurb.
Fallout 4 announced that
God,
does this.
yeah.
Article to come later.
Yeah, these articles are like 4 or 5 lines long, 3 paragraphs, and each paragraph is, just like, so-and-so announced today at blah, 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 blah.
It's just
More to
blurbs.
come.
Yeah,
Please keep clicking so we can keep advertising to you.
just blurbs. It's just a blog, pretty much.
yeah, they got to get it out as fast as they can. They got to be the first one to report the news, and then
Which is
they-
why I'm liking the IGN first, because they actually get to spend some time. They both do live demos, and they get to write in-depth articles and interviews. Which
Yeah, it's been really good.
is nice.
I like that.
Get 'em.
We should get Patrick in here. Guest scrummer.
Felix wants to check it out. Felix is the new Game Scrum Master, I think.
He's so good at it.
All right, we'll go ahead and finish it off with our top 5 here. So this top 5
Nice
is going to be
one.
pretty good. Yeah, I think we're running out of time.
Oh man, but that one's awesome.
All right, we want to go with it? Okay, we'll split this video. That's fine. All right, so if you could live in any video game world, which would it be and why? And since you're so excited about it, Rich, you can go first.
So when you originally did this agenda, I was so excited about this. And I was so excited I found it. But Metal Gear World, not because I love Metal Gear.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't really care about the politics or actual Metal Gears or anything like that. But the cool thing about the Metal Gear universe is that they have nanomachines that fix everything. You have cancer, you get some nanomachines, you're cancer-free or suppressed. You want to be able to breathe underwater, nanomachines. Anything you want to do, they just inject a syringe into your neck, and you can do it.
But aren't you also under complete control? in
Don't
a
you have,
certain
like,
way?
no free will?
Yeah.
See, I thought about that, but I don't know if it's much different than what I'm in today. Because the way
1984.
like the way politics are, I feel like it's almost the same thing. Like I feel like they're close enough that I don't care about that factor. But definitely, yeah, nanomachines fix anything medical. I'm bored. Nanomachines, whatever I want to do. That's why I want to live in that world.
Ranking?
I actually missed this part of the topic.
You missed it?
So I'm. Give me a moment. I'll make something on the spot.
Okay.
Pokemon. Easy. Well, I thought we were going around.
Do you want, Bryce, do you want to
Pokemon.
be the very best?
I like no one ever was. Prepare for trouble. No.
Which universe, though? Or any gen?
I mean,
And it's all the same universe. isn't it?
it's all the same. They're just different islands. Come on, man. Don't you play Pokemon?
Not since Gen 1.
No? There's like 900 of them. No, I think there's like close to 800 of
Too
them now.
many to keep track of.
But no, the Pokemon universe would be awesome because everyday people can become trainers. It's not like
I know you
like
mean,
in the Metal Gear universe. If you're not Big Boss or you're not the protagonist, you're a mindless drone.
You're just Johnny
you can
on the
breathe underwater.
toilet.
Yeah, but with Pokemon, I can grab a Pokeball. I can get a Pokemon. I can start beating the hell out of it to get it stronger. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good point. You allow the peons that are in Metal Gear versus being
I just sit in
anybody
my
can be a trainer.
house.
Some
it has a lot of
grandpa, some
non-peons.
grandpa can be a trainer. You're walking through the forest and some old guy jumps out at you, grabs your arm. Come here, little kid. Play with my Pokemon.
Wait a minute, what?
Poke super fan.
Children's show.
I would pick the Pokemon universe.
Nice.
I hear noises.
Oh, if I had to pick one, I was on the fence about this one. I'd probably be the Castlevania universe, just because you got all the Universal monsters there, and hunting down all the Universal monsters from the movies like Wolfman, Dracula, the Mummy, all that good stuff, and getting paid for it. So I think that'd be a pretty sweet gig. Yeah. And I like the gothic horror atmosphere of the games too.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity,
want
what was
Dark
the one you were
Souls?
debating?
Oh, I almost went with Contra.
Just to blow
but then,
stuff up
yeah.
every day.
But then
All
I was
day,
thinking,
every day.
well, that might
That'd be great.
suck.
Oh, I just killed Brandon. I'm sorry.
A lot of aliens to deal with. As cool as that might
Wouldn't be relaxing. You just
Stub my
on
toe,
edge.
I'm dead.
Shotgun shooting in 3 different
That would be.
areas.
But infinite ammo.
An ammo would be nice.
Brett?
All right, I went with Final Fantasy because I want to have perfect hair all the time. And you know,
is immensely attractive.
I guess I would be really feminine too at the same time.
Seymour Guado?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but yeah, being able to like summon aeons and magic and all of that and flying around, you know.
Would your name be Beretta?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
We can work on that.
Bratilda.
Bratilda.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Making you.
I bet you're expecting me to say Kingdom Hearts, but it's not. It's actually the Halo universe. Because, I mean, who wouldn't want to skydive from like 10,000 miles above the Earth, crash into the Earth, sit there for about 10 minutes, and you're completely fine?
Well, then you have to be Master Chief, though.
I was going to say, you'd have to be a Spartan too, because they have
It's just the
obnoxious
armor.
amounts of...
The
No.
armor absorbed the damage.
No.
There. Yes, it did.
The armor absorbed a lot, but he has, like,
flexed.
musculature,
He just flexed.
genetic...
I don't.
What is he, the Rock?
His bones are, like, grafted.
Flex
He
them
had
up
so
fast.
much genetic stuff. But the Spartan 4s are out now, so...
And you can drive a
They've got
Warthog
some
around.
genetic
Yeah,
enhancements.
Warhawk.
And a
The
ghost and
elephant
banshees?
was what I wanted.
You don't want the Borderlands universe?
I almost went Borderlands.
Everything... It's like Australia. Everything's trying to kill you.
With Claptrap,
You
I
just
probably
regenerate.
would go mad.
Bioshock
You don't have to be
universe
friends
would be
with
good.
him.
I think I'd be friends. I think Claptrap. He's kind of cool. He's all right.
He's
I'm all
all
right
right.
with him.
We'll make that the
I
next
like
week's
Claptrap.
question. Would you be friends with Claptrap?
Why or why not?
That'll be the Technodrome.
All right,
Yeah,
so that
No,
was
no,
good.
yes, no, yes. There we go.
All right, now we'll get into the last segment here. We have the top 5, and this is top 5 most memorable boss fights. So not even the best, just what you remember
Fights?
and like. So it doesn't have to be in boss fights, just any
Bosses or boss
any
fights?
boss fights. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and get this one started. For number 5, I went with Shadow of the Colossus. So I played that after it came out, probably 5 or 6 years ago. But I remember just like every boss, but specifically the last boss, like how daunting it was running up to him and just like you're like this small, tiny character and he's just humongous and you have to climb all the way up him and figure out how to get up to his weak spot to kill him.
What is he?
Colossus.
Like a giant.
300-foot tall colossi. He's huge.
Wow, I walked into that one.
Have you not played it?
It's
I've
okay.
only played the first 2 or 3 bosses of that one. I haven't
I
beaten
got
all
to
of them.
like
You've got to
9
play
or
that.
10.
I mean, I have it.
Oh,
I
it's
just
so good.
haven't gotten around to
I
it.
had similar
need to
questions
play
about
it
a
too.
day ago, so
You guys need to play that game. All right, number 4. I'm going to go with Twisted Metal 2: Dark Side. So me and my friend used to play co-op of that game all the time, and I just remember like being almost scared of Dark Side every time it came out. Over in I think it was in Tokyo that you played in the last level, and we'd always be like on our last life, struggling to stay alive, and he was just this huge semi that you have to kill. We would just like run and hide and try to do all these advanced strategies to kill him, but yeah, he was pretty fun. Number 3, I went with the Butcher from Diablo 1.
Oh yeah.
So that was like my first RPG game really at all. And I remember playing it on PC with my old Voodoo card, my video card that I had to upgrade so my computer could run it. But I just remember opening the door for the first time and hearing fresh meat and being like scared and we had to run and try to hide and try to kill me. My friend were playing that.
Just walk away from him.
Oh yeah, it was it was the first boss fight too. So you run into him in like the first hour, and then getting slaughtered by him over and over.
Fun fact, he is the most recent addition to Heroes of the Storm for Blizzard. He's a playable character now. So
I liked how they brought him back in Diablo 3.
They did.
I did enjoy that.
Wasn't he in D2 as well? Like a different Butcher, maybe?
Maybe. I didn't play much D2.
Alright.
All right, number 2. So this one's a little bit different. So I went with Guitar Hero Freebird.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to classify this as a boss fight
Yeah.
because I had to spend like weeks trying to get through the solo and having to like memorize it. And I remember when I finally,
the box.
when I finally got through the solo, I remember I was like, my hand was like shaking because I was just making sure I was going to finish the song because I did not want to fail again after the 100th time. But it was so rewarding after I finally beat Freebird.
And when you're finished, you look at the wall, and the pictures on the wall are moving.
Yes.
I had to like sit
Yeah.
down after that because I was like out of breath. I was so happy.
That is the definition of out of the box.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. And then number 1, I went with Ragnaros from my WoW days. So the very beginning of WoW, doing the 40-man raid.
Is he the fire elemental?
Wasn't elemental. Well, yeah, I guess kind of. He was the main boss of the first raid of Molten Core.
Okay, yeah.
And that was back when there was 40-man raids, and like it was just the most epic fight. We had 40 people trying to communicate and trying to navigate around, and seeing him go down the first time and seeing the loot that he dropped, it was pretty awesome. Doing it with my guild, so those are my tops. All right, who wants to go?
You took one
I'll
of
go.
mine, kind of.
Oh,
That's all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Number 5 for me would be Master Hand from the Smash series.
I thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on basically every single game.
Yeah.
Maybe the new one, I don't know.
Yes, season.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, there's that reminiscent factor.
Wait, you don't have the new one?
I do not have the new one.
What about Crazy Hand?
Yeah, he's
Crazy
yeah,
Hit.
It's even better, like fighting him in the new one because he's got all these different forms.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't have Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Or 3DS.
Everyone, stop the track. You don't have Smash Brothers.
I feel like I'm just disappointing you today.
I am disappointed.
You get some homework to do.
That sounds like every day to me.
You get some homework.
All right, so number 4 is Red from the Pokemon, I believe 2. Basically the guy you're facing is your character from the first game. So,
Pokemon Silver and Gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
After you beat the Elite Four, you can go into the cave where Mewtwo is in blue and red. And if you get to where Mewtwo is, Red is sitting there, and he's got his like level 80 something Pikachu. It's Ash, but yeah.
It's it's one of those awesome moments where someone you played the last generation, you're basically trying to kick the crowd out of them.
No idea.
It was a good. It was good. It's pretty good.
Third one, I'm kind of confused because you went the same route as I did. Through the Fire and the Flames.
Oh my gosh, that was the one I was thinking of.
Sorry, Price. So that was my number 3. I just remember when the first time I saw this song, I was just in shock. I think I attempted it a few times. My friends actually have done that on expert mode, and they've passed it, but they end up laying on the floor at the end of the song. So I mean,
I didn't have that was on 3, right?
that was on
Rock. Yes,
2?
Star Hero 3.
Because
thought it was 2.
I must have been
Guitar
better
Hero
at that
3.
point.
I looked it
'cause
up.
Okay.
Freebird, I had more problems with. To the Fire and the Flames, I got through that pretty quick. But,
On expert?
On expert?
yeah,
Damn.
I don't
but
believe you.
Freebird just killed me.
See, I fully expected an answer like that from you, but from you, I just not.
I had it on my list.
I
and
play a
cut
lot
it.
of
Through the
Guitar
Fire
Hero.
and
I
Flames.
think it's
Yeah,
solid.
Ren can always try to throw those wrenches in there.
Curveball.
Yeah.
Hey, it was justified this time. Number 2 was someone I had nightmares for the longest time. Dark Link from the Water Temple. I remember trying to get through the Water Temple. What are you laughing about?
You had nightmares about a video game cartoon character.
I remember trying to get through that temple for the longest time. I had issues with Dark Link, and when I was younger. So once I finally got past him, it was really a memorable moment. And
Did you shed a tear?
I did a little bit, and then I think I died immediately after that. So, and then number 1 is it's actually a boss that I have no experience with. I've never faced him, and I've never played this far. He's just so memorable that I just know him. He's got his own awesome soundtrack, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. Quite honestly, the One-Winged Angel, most epic boss music fight you're ever going to hear.
You should probably beat 7.
I should probably play 7.
This is all blasphemy.
These are all true.
That's my
It
5.
wouldn't have been 15 years ago, but now, yeah.
All right. Is that it, Rankin?
Yeah, that's it.
I guess I'll go. Top 5. So number 5, Ruby Weapon, Final Fantasy VII. I beat that in a time and age when I had dial-up internet, which a lot of people
It wasn't an
in the
online
world
game.
don't know.
Yeah, how's that affect you?
Okay, so I should probably explain that. In my head, I had a whole story. So, Ruby Weapon, there's a lot of tricks to beating Ruby Weapon, like killing 2 of your characters so he doesn't instantly wipe you at the beginning of the match, having an Ultima sword or some other configuration so that you don't get killed by Ultima every time he does it. I did this in a time where it wasn't really popular, or not everybody had the internet to look up the best way to defeat him. Even like the game guides you bought did not tell you the best way to fight Ruby. They just told you how to get to Ruby. So I did that at that time. So I had to beat the game about 2 or 3 times before I figured out how to beat Ruby Weapon. So I was just proud of myself for finally beating that boss. It's the hardest side boss in there. Number 4 is Nancy MI847J from Tekken 6, who is a gigantic mecha dinosaur. It's like a 2-story mecha dinosaur robot that can shoot holes or shoot a laser and make holes in the ground under you, and you fall through the floor and you die. The reason it's so enraging is because there's a trophy for it, and you can only fight Nancy halfway through through the story mode or campaign mode where you have to fight like 8 or 10 people at a time, and it's only a 1-minute battle. So half the time I would fall through the floor. Or the other half of the time I'd run out of time. So I was very happy when I finally beat Nancy, and it was my arch nemesis for about 2 years.
I don't know how I haven't played that. I'm Mr. Tekken.
Yeah, Tekken 6, I platinumed that one, but that was the last trophy I needed, and I just could not do it because I would get her down to about 1 slither of health, and then she just lasered to the ground, and I would fall through it, and then I have to play through another 15 minutes of gameplay just to do that match again. There's no way you can like instantly jump to that match. Next is Big Daddy, the first or second Big Daddy match where you have like no plasmids, no health, no weapons, and it was the most intense fight. I remember at one point I ran completely out of all my plasmids, all my ammo, and I had to use the wrench to try to beat it, and that was painful. Hey Felix. The next one is Poseidon in God of War 3. That one is memorable because it's not really a fun or really crazy boss fight. It's actually kind of easy. But the thing that makes it memorable is the kind of the story design of it, or the direction of it, I should say, really, where you basically kill him, and like in God of War you have to do QTE events. So Kratos walks up to him and he goes to first-person mode of Poseidon, and he starts jamming his thumbs through your eye sockets in first-person mode. And that image was just burned in my memory, and I was like, this is crazy amazing. So that image since 2010 has been stuck in my mind. And then number 1 is the End from Metal Gear Solid 3, who's about a 100-year-old boss who's old and decrepit. He only gets out of his wheelchair to snipe people. He actually is photosynthetic, so what he does in the boss fight is it's 3 different stages, and he hides in a moss suit in like the bushes anywhere, and it is the longest, hardest boss fight if you try to do it legitimately. And he'll run from area to area, everything like that. He's hard to spot. It's a complete camouflage fight, sniping back and forth. You can also kill him by shooting off either his wheelchair earlier in the game, so he never shows up to the boss fight, or you could also
Set the clock.
Turn
the clock or turn the game off for a week later, and he dies of old age. So for all these reasons, it's memorable for me. But the actually legitimately fighting him, taking that 40 minutes to actually fight him, is just like the most intense stealth fighting I've ever had. That's what I got.
Is that your number 1?
That's my number 1.
That's all on the list. Well, I'll go. I was really tied for my number 5. I'll say my honorable mention that was going to make my number 5. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of an NES game called Blaster Master. Bryce?
No.
Really? With your NES collection?
I
I'm
don't
shocked.
have it.
I figured it. Damn. I was. Good thing I didn't pick that one.
You can make it up now.
No, the boss battles in general felt pretty epic. Most of the game is like non-linear, side-scrolling, kind of like a Metroid. Then the other half of the game being overhead view, kind of in a shooter style. And the boss battles it felt pretty epic compared to the rest of the game. But overall, very underrated, and it might show up in some other top 5s just because it's so good. But getting to my real top 5, I'm going to go with. I probably have to pick Contra 3 because it felt like as close to a Terminator game as that you could ever get. One boss battle, it very much is a ripped off giant Terminator. It's really cool. If you played the game like in a ROM or something, play the Japanese version because the American version was excruciatingly hard. It is impossible.
See, I never got to the end boss, probably because it was too hard. So
yeah.
I don't even remember the end boss of Contra.
Contra 3 on SNES, the one boss battle, it's pretty much like a giant Terminator who's like, kind of like in T2 when they're going down the elevator, and T1000 is like ripping open the doors and like trying to grab at you. That's pretty much what it's like, where you're kind of dodging shit, like running all around the room, and the more like the old school Terminators are ripping it open, trying to grab at you and like spit fire you and all. Just again, the closest thing to a solid Terminator game we ever got was Contra 3. But I spent a lot of time on that one. It's my next one. Number 4, I almost wanted to put it up higher, but I was just so torn with what I picked. But it's in Mega Man 2, Dr. Wily's alien form really messed with my head when I was little, because I was like, wait, he's an alien? No way. Like,
you can only injure him with one thing.
The
bubble.
That's right. The most awkward, like, why is this even a weapon? Yeah. So when you play Mega Man Legacy Collection, just remember that when you get to the end, you got to use that seemingly useless Bubble Man weapon. So
it's good against the Flame Man, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dr. Wily Alien version.
Yeah. Number 3, so torn between all the boss fights in Castlevania, but I went with Death just because it shows up on everybody's like hardest boss battles of all time, unless you use holy water, and you can lock him in that little holy water bomb and just drain his energy. Before he even like does anything.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yes, exactly. I almost went with like some of the other boss battles too, because there's so many good ones. I guess Konami's going to be on my list 3 times, because number 2 is the fight with Liquid at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4. So cinematic, and like just going through the music from the first to the second and the third, and just walking through it. Oh, it's just a work of art for a video game. You know?
Yeah, it was like a good swan song.
Yeah. I was just blown away by it. My number 1 though is Mother Brain in Super Metroid. Because it walks you through kind of the same boss fight from the NES version, and just when you think it's over, Mother Brain takes on this huge monstrous form and like takes up the whole side of the other screen, and just it's so good.
Lasers at you.
Yeah, and the music just gets completely insane for NES era music. If you guys haven't played Super Metroid, play it. Play it on a ROM or something. It's seriously one of the best games ever made. But that's all I got. I've wanted to squeeze in Turtles in Time though, the Shredder battle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which
we gotta
one?
throw the guys at the face.
Yeah, that I really wanted.
That's
to
only in the
that
Super Nintendo version,
right? But
it's awesome.
It was such a cool.
That was a good battle.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm surprised. I was thinking that was going to show up on yours. I was hoping somebody had.
No, I did not have that one.
That's why I'm saying now.
All right. Mine aren't. I guess I could try and order these. So, number 5 would be Mega Man X fighting Sigma.
Yeah.
Only because he's such a hard battle, but if you go through the game and get everything,
The Hadouken.
you just Hadouken, his dog's dead. Hadouken, he's dead. And then you get on his hand, Hadouken, and you can kill him. It's a 3-shot kill.
Yeah.
3 stages of the boss. But without it, like if he injures you, you can't do it.
Right.
You have to be full health. So if he injures you, suddenly you're like, oh crap, trump card's gone, the music's good, because Mega Man X is a great soundtrack. And you just suddenly, plan B, I have to kill him normally, so you're like running up the walls, dodging his hand things. Great battle.
And Mega Buster is the only thing that hurts him, right?
I think
in the
so.
Second form.
Yeah.
So
You've got to charge it. So you're like charging it and trying to. It's fun.
Yeah.
I've beaten that game probably more than any other except Pokemon because I grinded a lot in Pokemon. But I fought Sigma
X is a solid title.
I also wanted to throw in Storm Eagle because that's just a fun,
yeah.
dashing around. I went with Signal. Number 4, General Knox in Borderlands. Not a very memorable fight, but what happens afterwards when you get to go down into the vault and actually get all that loot? It's so awesome.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Especially when people found the glitch. So you could kill General Knox,
Yeah.
glitch through the floor, and you have just rooms and rooms of chests that all give rare or higher weapons. And it's so awesome. I did that a lot. So General Knox was up there for me. I also wanted to shout out to Crawler Max, the Invincible.
Oh, yeah.
Just the
Oh,
first
that one.
real
First
raid boss on a console that people. That was a great. Number 3, Majora from Majora's Mask. Another one where, kind of like Mega Man X, it was rough battle. It's kind of hard, but if you get the Fierce Deity Mask, oh my gosh, you just run through them like butter. And Majora's Mask is my favorite game. I love it to bits. And just having that Fierce Deity Mask, being able to just... all those... you can go back and play all the bosses with it on, and you just cut through them. It's like a huge overpower boost, and it's pretty awesome. Number 2, Dark Souls, Ornstein and Smord, or however it's pronounced. It is... have you guys played it? Oh my gosh, it's 2 bosses at once. You have to fight both of them at the same time, and they're both trying to kill you. It's so hard. I don't think I've beaten them solo. You almost have to get someone to help you.
When did
And
this
they're... what?
When did that come out?
Dark Souls?
Last
Last
you said Dark
generation?
Souls. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, no, Dark Souls. Oh my gosh, it's rough, but it's a lot of fun. One of them's a big fat guy with a hammer and just smashes things. The other guy's like a skinny dude with a spear. And when you kill one of them, the other one doubles in size, speed, and strength, and then tries to kill you. So it's rough. And then the person you kill second, you can later buy their armor so you can look like them. It's a great boss battle. A lot of people have it. It's a really hard boss battle. So if you guys haven't played it, I would recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Another shout out would be the Old Monk from Demon Souls, which is not an... if you're connected online and the servers are up, you don't fight an NPC. You fight another person as the boss. They take on the mantra of the boss, and they try and kill you. So it's a PvP boss fight.
That's awesome.
And my number 1 pick is GLaDOS, just because how funny that battle is. She's been belittling you the whole game from Portal, and fun. You knock off the cores.
Portal 1, right?
Portal 1, yes. My favorite's the Curiosity Core. So, who are you? What is that? Oh, what's that? That thing has numbers on it. What happened to your legs? Where are we going? Is it hot in here? So GLaDOS, it's very memorable just because it's funny. She's yelling at you. Oh, you just destroyed the thing that stopped me from pumping neurotoxic gas. So here's some neurotoxic gas.
That game had a great script.
It was very
Both
well
of them
done.
did.
Yeah.
Borderlands, it was hard for me to pick Borderlands bosses. I wanted to do Handsome Jack, not because the battle with the warrior is good in Borderlands 2. It's pretty good, but the fact that Handsome Jack is just such a good boss.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you do get the opportunity to shoot him. And if you don't, someone else will. But
Yeah.
spoilers, you kill Handsome Jack at the end. But
Yeah, those are good top 5s.
Yeah, is that everyone?
Yeah,
Well,
awesome.
I had one I wanted to bring up. I just remembered when Brandon was talking, it said something similar. You guys played Onimusha 2?
Oh, no.
no.
Has anyone played any of the Onimushas?
I know. I've watched people play it. But
I know
Okay,
it's
so it's like a
about.
Devil May Cry,
Yes.
God of War style
Right.
hack and slash.
Action.
The second game of it is there's a villain in it called Golden Dantis, or however you pronounce it. And he's basically a humanoid that's like pale white, and he's got like a mushroom head. And it's like that one skit where everybody makes fun of Kingdom Hearts is like, hey, I'm Sora, I'm Donald, I'm Goofy. Every 5 seconds. He's like that. He doesn't say those names. He says, I am Golden Dantis, the greatest swordsman of all the demons. And he says that every time you run into him, and he just has to do this huge spiel. You finally get into a fight with him at one point, and you can't kill him. Nothing you do. You can hack and slash with all the swords, everything. You can't do it. The thing that kills him is a flute. So you just play the flute, and he dies. And then the protagonist of the game has him in his arms and he's dying. It's like trying to do this really emotional scene. And he goes, and Golden Dante's like, what's my name? And then the main character, Jubei, goes, you are Golden Dantes, the greatest swordsman of all the demons. And then that was it. I can't believe I forgot about that until Brandon mentioned. That was like my whole 2000 to 2003, just playing that game and laughing at it. It was amazing. All right.
All right, well, I think that's it. So thanks to everyone for tuning in.
See ya.